Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education.
Hey guys, James the Chart Guys. It's Monday, June 26th. Gonna do my nightly video on gold. So gold weekly, again, we're still setting higher lows here, but we're still rejecting at this long-term weekly downtrend line that goes all the way back to 2012. So looking for something to break one way or the other. Either we break this uptrend, this downtrend line longer term, or we break this higher low trend and we break below the recent low of 1214.30. Gonna wait for a gold swing position right now based on that, whether we break above this downtrend line or we break this trend of setting higher lows, to minimize my risk for maybe a longer term swing direction either way. As far as the daily goes on gold, we had a pretty red day today. The bulls did buy some of that bounce, and draw a daily uptrend line here if you'd like. So got pretty close to that uptrend line where the bulls bought that dip. Same thing here. There's pretty much a double top here. Let me see, the high here was 1297.40. We got to 1298.80. So really, I'm going to consider a double top to break 1300 on gold here on the daily, and the bulls here are still setting higher lows here. So either the same thing on the weekly. Going to wait for it to break this recent low here, which should reflect on that weekly chart, same level 1214.30, or if we can potentially break 1300 and again close above that downtrend line on the weekly. That's what we wait for while gold is in this price discovery of going back and forth. And miners, I'm still sidelines miners, just because there's not really any clear direction. We are just ranging, and we're continuing to set. If you look at the weekly, what it looks like, we're still continuing to set lower highs and lower lows. So I want to wait for a bull position. Is if we can break this recent high here of 23.86, that would prove to me that we can set a higher high and we're changing the trend. Or if I'm going to play bear, I'm going to wait for this recent low of 18.58 to break to start swinging it bearish on this weekly chart. So not really in a position right now. If you'd like, throw in lines. This could be a potential long-term falling wedge after a move up on this bounce play on the weekly. We're just ranging in here, and of course if we break a bull here, that would be a breakout of the falling wedge, which generally is considered a bull pattern. But again, I don't play it until we break one way or the other, and there is a signal here. So could be a potential falling wedge on the miners longer term. Daily, next resistance we're going to look at, let me remove these lines. Next resistance we need to look at here is obviously the high we had on Friday of 22.81. And if we get above 22.81, because this big red candle, it's going to be, there isn't that much resistance as price goes. What I would look for next is we could potentially look at the high of here of 23.14 of this green candle, but of course we need to get above this 23.42 and then 23.86. So even in the shorter trend here on the daily, we're still setting lower highs. We have reached this peak, set a lower high here, and so far setting another lower high here. So again, no direction for me. I'm still sidelines on this miners play, bull or bear. GDXJ, weekly, same thing. It's not, we're in this range here. We set a high, a low, a lower high and a higher low. So see which way we break on that weekly, longer term, daily. We need to break this. One thing about the junior miners is that it did set higher highs on the daily, unlike the junior miners did. So set this higher high here, setting higher lows so far on this pullback. So the resistance is going to be the high of today, 34.15. Look at that price, and then 34.21. Then obviously this recent high of 35.05. Those are the resistance to support. It's going to be a low of 32.13. Then we need to hold these supports here. Then another thing I'd watch for is, because there is an upper wick today of profit taking, and the miners, that bounce came really, it's kind of odd because the gold strength wasn't there. So I'm kind of wary about that bounce that we had today because of the gold move and gold weakness today, even though there was some dip buying in gold. So we'll see what happens. I know that Yellen speaks tomorrow, and we'll see if there's a move in gold one direction or the other. Personally, again, not in any position in gold or miners. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.